Hey guys, what's going on? Ted here. Thanks for joining me. It's Tuesday, December 29th, 2020. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Anthony Warner Quinn. And if you don't know who that is by now, I don't know where you've been. But he's the guy that blew up the bomb in downtown Nashville. So I'm going to read a little bit about this and then I'm going to talk to you guys a couple of my thoughts about it. The Nashville bomber left hints of trouble, but motive is elusive. In the days before he detonated a bomb in downtown Nashville on Christmas, Anthony Quinn Warner changed his life in ways that suggest he never intended to survive the blast that killed him and wounded 3 other people. Warner, 63, gave away his car, telling the recipient that he had cancer a month before the bombing. He signed a document that transferred his longtime home in Nashville suburb to a California woman for nothing in return. The computer consultant told an employer that he was retiring, but he didn't leave behind a clear digital footprint or any other obvious clues to explain why he set off the explosion in his parked recreational vehicle or played a message warning people to flee before it damaged dozens of buildings and knocked out cell phone service in the area. So let me just tell you guys a little bit about the early information. This is basically telling you now that they can't understand the motive of why he did it. But first, he set off basically an alarm ahead of time, warning people. So obviously he wasn't trying to kill people. That's just a logical thinking right there. You wouldn't put an alarm telling people to evacuate the area. Also, there was the talk of the gunshots before the alarm. So maybe he went out, shot off some shots. Maybe they were even played just through the speaker, just enough so that people would call the cops and the cops could come help to evacuate people. So it's looking like he didn't want to hurt anybody, right? But a couple of things that come into question is why. It just doesn't make sense. They don't, and he gave his car and his house and all this away, which suggests they're telling us that he would commit suicide. But they've also said that maybe it was because of 5G, or maybe it was a strike on AT&T. Now, why would you do that and then kill yourself after one strike? If you really wanted to hurt AT&T or 5G, you wouldn't just hit one spot and then kill yourself and call it good. You'd hit a spot. Look at all the bombers that do it. The Unabomber, Rudolph. These bombers, they don't just bomb once and kill themselves. I mean, I don't know if maybe this guy really did have cancer, but that they haven't said that. They claim that he told this to a guy, but I'm sure they've looked into it, but they haven't said anything about it. But when you go to war, some of the things that you want to hit, strategic things, would be communications. Now, as of the recording of this video on Tuesday, the service for most people is back up. But for a while it was down. They closed the airspace above a large portion of Nashville. They were going door to door just like they did in Boston. So what did you find out going door to door, first of all? And why did you have to go door to door? That makes no sense whatsoever. Every time now, look at, for example, the Atlanta bombing. When they did that, they didn't go door to door during that one. But ever since Boston, now it's a common thing because we gave them that right. But in strategic war, you hit things like communications. So it occurred to me that this guy wasn't trying to hurt anybody. He let off them shots. He let off that warning. They're saying it was probably against AT&T, which would take out communications in the area. There was a lot more police and FBI presence than you would expect for somebody who just was a suicide bomber. So I'm thinking maybe there's a little bit more to this story than what we're being told. And then it brings to my thought process of war and hitting strategic zones. You hear last couple weeks, you've heard about the plane supposedly being shot down in Michigan, which they claim was an exercise accident. Then you hear about whatever happened in Maine, which again was supposedly played off as something normal that you shouldn't be worried about. But I'm starting to think maybe there's more to this than what they're telling us. And knowing our government and our media, it's not that hard to believe that at all. So moving on, they're coming out with a COVID-19 vaccine passport, and you might need it to travel in 2021. So it's basically a bunch of uh, computer teams working on apps to let you know if you've been vaccinated or not. And that brings to, sorry guys, that brings me to in Spain, where they are taking a registry of people who refuse the vaccine. So now they're going to have the app that tells you if you've been vaccinated. And as I was telling you guys weeks ago, before there was even a vaccine, I was telling you guys, go check out my videos. There will be something to let them know that you've been vaccinated in order to fly, in order to work. We already see companies looking at mandating it. So your life is not going to be normal unless you take their vaccine. And Spain, with this registry, and they're going to share it with the EU countries, you can guarantee this will be here. And what do you think they need a list of people who refuse this for? Because these people will be rounded up at some point. Maybe not early on, but when you get a large portion of the sheeple vaccinated and you have them scared, they're going to start telling, oh my God, so-and-so doesn't have the vaccination. And they're going to round us up. They're going to take that list and they're going to use it. So, just use your logic and you tell me what that list would be for, if not that. They're going to force you to take this thing one way or another. And $2,000 or $600? Does it really make a difference? I mean, at this point, it's this article here is basically the Senate passed, the House passed a bill to make the payments $2,000 instead of $600, and it came to the Senate, and as of today, Mitch McConnell is blocking a unanimous decision, and he doesn't even know what he's going to do about bringing it up, if he'll bring it up for a vote or not. And what I'm telling you is 600 or 2,000. What we really want to know, when the hell are we going to get some money? There's people out here struggling that need this money, and you guys are playing games. You could get out the 600 now, because this is a guarantee for 2021. This could be the year of UBI, Universal Basic Income. Because mark my words, you're going to see at least, after this initial one that we're going to get here, you're probably going to see at least 2 or 3 more of these stimulus. Because we're not going back to normal anytime soon, guys. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here for today. Remember, don't be scared, get prepared. Go out. These things that I'm telling you about, get ready for them. Stay ahead of the curve. Be prepared. I'm going to start bringing you guys more videos on my homesteading. I'm getting ready to build a greenhouse out of a bunch of used windows and stuff. That should be cool. I'm going to take you guys around, show you how I got red pilled, show you my little homestead, show you that I'm trying to lead by example. I didn't just come out the womb prepping and living like this, but I'm going to try to express to you guys a little bit more about myself and what I'm doing, and hopefully motivate some other people to do what they need to do to get ready. Anyway, guys, please let me get a thumbs up. If you've watched it this far, hit the thumbs up button. That really helps me out with the whole algorithm. And if you're not a subscriber and you've watched this far, please click it and subscribe. I drop a video almost every single day, Monday through Friday. And let me know what you think in the comments. Take it easy, guys.